Sorry about that. Hey everyone, welcome to my stream tonight where where I talk about my Central Book collection, which is right here for me, which is usually on the shelf during every videos I'm in. I'm listening on my phone so that way if I can hear stuff, if anything's wrong. And then remember to hit that like, welcome to the stream, hit that like button. Thank you everyone. Let's see who's all here tonight. Movie Hunter with the early squad. Woot woot. Fire and alarms going off. Look at Cinema Sickness is here. Looking forward to seeing your collection, see what to add movies to add to mine as well. Well, thanks for showing up, Cinema Sickness. Jerry's here. Sup, Jerry. Hunter saying hi. Movie Hunter saying hi to Cinema Sickness. Jerry's here, and Jagoda Blue says BINBUSTER. Okay, like I said, I have my entire collection here in front of me. We're going through all 40-some movies. If you guys have any questions about any of these, comment, and I will be glad to answer those questions for you guys. So we'll start off with our first movie. I'm just placing my phone down there. We got some more people showing up. And Mika's here. Hey, everyone. Hey, Mika. How's things going? And Jerry saying hi to Jagoda. So we're going to start off with our first one here. This one, the later releases of this movie have her picture on it. Just because of the fact she became a big star shortly thereafter this. Her first film from 1987 is Hangman. Or Hangman, right there. This is a story about an armed by a gun runner, a college student, rescues his father, a Green Beret who has become a spy. So yeah, she's barely in this movie, but this is her first film she was ever in. So yeah, had to have it for the collection. All right, so you know what? I'm just gonna stick it right there. And people are saying hi to each other. Her next one was her first main role, and that's A Fool and His Money, right there. Or also called Religion Inc. If you ever find this movie out about with this title, with this picture artwork with a different name, Religion Inc., that's because that's what it was also called, was Religion Inc. So, while watching TV, Morris Kidman, a New York ex-admin, receives a message from God and is inspired to form a new religion called the Preferent Church. Kidman hires Ian Clarity, a janitor, to be in charge of his new religion, which is founded on a philosophy of selfishness and greed. The new religion is a success, and Kidman and Clarity get rich. Later, in a predictable epiphany, with the help of his skeptical girlfriend Debbie, played by Sandra right here, he discovers the beauty of altruism, realizing that bilking people out of their money isn't worth the loss of his morals and his love. That one and this one, next one here, are all straight. Jerry saying stuff. Let's see, where is it? All right. Oh, Tim Talks Talkies is here. Yeah, so we're having some Sandra goodness tonight, man. Okay, our next one up is from 1989, and that is Who Shot Pat, or Who Shot Pat Congo. This is a direct-to-video release that she has, as you guys can see right there. Yeah, look at that late 80s, early 90s goodness of the of a DVD case. I'll even show you the back and how simple it looks. Well, this movie is about a film is set in Brooklyn, New York, and focuses on the coming of age of high school teens in their late 1950s. Bickham, yes, that's the real character's name, a student at a vocational high school in Brooklyn, falls in love with Devlin Morin, played by Sandra Bullock, a private school student from a wealthy family. The movie highlights the tough streets of New York City in the 1950s and the final realization that a gang is nothing more than a bunch of bumps. This is very reminiscent of The Outsiders. So if you guys love The Outsiders and watch it and are a Sandra Bullock fan like me, you guys are probably going to enjoy this movie too. Oh, we have some talking going on. Let's see. What was the first Sandra Bullock movie I actually bought? Oh, first one I actually bought was, let's see. People saying hi to everyone. Hey, Tim. If I didn't say hi to you, Tim. Hi, Tim. The next one we have is from 1992. From 1992. And that one happens to be Tate Donovan and Sandra Bullock in Love Potion #9. right there. As you guys can see, there's a DVD artwork, and there's the VHS artwork. Two different ones. I like this one better than this one. Anyways, Unlucky in Love, chemist Paul Matthews, or played by Tate Donovan, visits Gypsy Madame Rosa for help. Quickly realizing he is a hopeless nerd, she gifts him with love potion number 8, which makes anyone who wears it irresistible to the opposite sex for 4 hours. Paul and animal psychologist co-worker Diane Farrell, or Sandra Bullock, decide to test it on themselves. The awkward pair suddenly find themselves alluring to everyone they approach, but soon realize that they're most attracted to each other. So as you guys can see, yeah, we have some pretty awesome movies going on here. The next one's from 1993 and stars Jeff Bridges and Keith Sutherland in The Vanishing. Right there. Oh, Mika's was the net. That's a good first choice of movies for this as well. Does Well, Potion number 9 have a Blu-ray? Not that I'm aware of, Movie Hunter. I don't think it does, honestly. I've never seen one. So actually, I hit something else on there. Okay, never mind. The Vanishing. Barney is a disturbed man intent on abducting a woman. After numerous failed attempts, he manages to kidnap young Diane, Sandra Bullock, who is on vacation with her boyfriend Jeff, played by Keith Sutherland. As time passes, Jeff remains determined to find what happens to Diane. When Barney unexpectedly confronts Jeff, it leads to a tense life or death situation. Meanwhile, Jeff's current girlfriend Rita manages to follow him in hopes of keeping him out of harm. So I mean, we're now down into 1993. I'm sorry, with another one here. Let's just see if let's just see anything else going on. Oh, Jerry Loves the Vanishing. Yeah, it is a good one. All right, the next one we have is also from 1993. Let's see what Hunter's saying. Oh, better than original. I did not know there was original. Thanks for sharing. This next one is called When the Party's Over. Right there. 4 housemates try to find love and happiness in Los Angeles, often at the expense of their well-being and friendships. Artist Amanda, played by Sandra Bullock, is trying to make it on in the gallery scene, while aspiring actor Banks attempts to hit it big in Hollywood. Meanwhile, Frankie has an emotionally draining yet rewarding job as a social worker, but would be shattered to know that her roommate MJ is sleeping with her boyfriend. So yeah, When the Party's Over, it's kind of an interesting movie if you kind of like those kind of cheesy early 90s movies about friendships and everything. Yeah. If you don't have it, I recommend getting it. The next one is also from 1993. 1993 seems to be her biggest year, everyone. Because, yeah, she at least has a couple more in here. This next one is about country music. I am not a huge country music fan. I watched the movie because Sandra's in it, and River Phoenix is also in this movie. Yeah, River Phoenix. There's a name you don't hear of, because rest in peace, River. Rest in peace. It is the thing called love. Hoping to become a country music, Miranda Presley moves from New York to Nashville, Tennessee. She gets a job waiting tables at the renowned Bluebird Cafe, where she meets the other would-be singer-songwriters, including James Wright, played by River Phoenix, and Cal Davidson, the two men who battle for her heart. Linda Lou Linden, yes, that's Sandra's name in here. Linda Lou Linden offers female friendship as they all struggle to achieve fame, or at least respectability. So yeah, that's a thing called love. So our next one is one I know everyone has heard about in 1993. This one asks a serious question. Think for yourself about the serious question. What are the 3 shells really for? In Demolition Man. With innocent victims caught up in the crossfire of Los Angeles, intensifying war on crime, both cop John Spartan and violent thug Simon Phoenix are sentenced to a state of frozen incarceration known as cryo prison. When Spartan's finally thawed 36 years later, it's 2032. That's only 10 years from now, people. And Los Angeles is now a pacifist utopia called San Angeles. Now with Phoenix again on the loose, Spartan must team up with the future cop, Lenia, or Sandra Bullock, to apprehend the killer. Yes, Demolition Man. This is usually most people's first foray into a Sandra movie and everything. Yes, Jagoda, I know you love Demolition Man. There it is, one more time. See that cover? Ooh, and right there in the back. One more time. Okay. The next two are actually still from 1993. And that is one of the first ones I've saw her in, not one of the first ones I owned, but one of the first ones I saw her in was Fire on the Amazon. This is about an environmental activist played by Sandra Bullock and a photojournalist investigating an assassination in the jungle. That's pretty much it. There's nothing else to say about that. That's what it is. Sandy was great in Demolition Man, so funny. Yep, that is true, Mika. Demolition Man is a classic. You love it? It is a classic, and I do love it too. All right. So the last one in 1993 is from Warner Archives. It's a movie on demand. Stars Academy Award winner Robert Duvall, Academy Award nominee Richard Harris, and Academy Award winner Shirley MacLaine, along with Sandra Bullock in wrestling Ernest Hemingway. Two old men in a Florida town become friends more out of loneliness than compatibility. Ex-sea captain Frank is a gregarious teller of tales. Walter, a dignified former barber, Frank hopes to bed either the women he meets at the movies or his filthy landlady, played by Shirley MacLaine. Walter frequents a cafe where he shyly flirts with a young waitress, played by Sandra Bullock. But it's the bond between the two men that thrives until they're bitter, falling out. There we go. There's another one there. Let's see. You want Taco Bell? I'm sorry, Tim. Don't have Taco Bell here for you. You might have to order that, though. Be careful with that Taco Bell. It's going to be a long night. Yeah, that is true, Jerry. So the next one is 1994. And it's probably one of the films she is most well known for. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Speed. Los Angeles police officer Jack angers a retired bomb squad member, Howard Payne, by foiling his attempt at taking hostages. In revenge, Payne arms a bus with a bomb that will explode if it drops below 50 miles per hour. With the help of a spunky passenger, Annie, Jack and his partner Harry try to save the people on the bus before the bomb goes off, also trying to figure out how Payne is monitoring them. So you see, right here we have Speed. If you see right there, Sandra Bullock's driving the bus. She saves the people on the bus. So she's a hero in this movie. A hero. You hear me? Okay. Let's see. Tim's doing that Speed. It's Die Hard on Bus, and I love it. That is true. It's Die Hard on a Bus. This next one has two titles as well again. It features Steve Buscemi and stars Sandra Bullock. It is also a direct-to-video release. It is Who Do I Got to Kill or Me and the Mob, right there. You'll be able to find it more under Me and the Mob than anything else here. Let's see. A klutzy writer turns hitman for a story thanks to a mobster uncle who gets him the job. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Who says crime doesn't pay? With Me and the Mob. So think about it. He is Payne. Steve Buscemi is featured in here as a mobster. So how appropriate is that for the guy? What's going on? But not much dimension. Just going through my Sandra Bullock collection. Thanks for stopping by. Speed is the film that catapulted. Yeah, that is true, Mika. Speed is the one that catapulted her career to what we know it today. The next one is probably one of my favorites. It's in my top 10 list for sure. It's with Bill Pullman. It's a movie with Bill Pullman entitled While You Were Sleeping. Lonely transit worker Lucy Eleanor Moderates pulls her longtime crush Peter from the path of an oncoming train. At the hospital, doctors report that he is in a coma and a misplaced comment from Lucy causes Peter's family to assume that she is his fiancée. When Lucy doesn't correct them, They take her into their home and confidence. Things get even more complicated when she finds herself falling for Peter's sheepish brother, played by Bill Pullman. Yeah. This is actually a very good film with her. So if you haven't checked this one out, I might suggest that you do. Next one comes in 1995, just like that one was. Sorry, my throat's a little parched. It's The Net. Computer programmer Angela Bennett starts a new freelance gig, and strangely, all her colleagues start dying. Does it have something to do with the mysterious disc she was given? Her suspicions are raised during a trip to Mexico, where she's seduced by a handsome stranger, intent on locating that same disc. Soon Angela is tangled up in a far-reaching conspiracy that leads to her identity being erased. Can she stop that same thing from happening to her life? The Net. I love this movie. I guess if I had them, was my first one I watched, and then there was Demolition Man, and then there was The Net. Oh, I just love this movie. And that whole thing of, are you safe online? Yeah, watch this movie. You'll agree with me. Love While You're Sleeping, such good stuff. It is. It's such good stuff. While You're Sleeping is such an that is true. It's very underrated as a romantic comedy or a chick flick. The Net is a great film. The Net 2, not so much. I do have The Net 2. It actually came in a 2-pack, but I just pulled out the single one for this one right here. So, oh man, The Net. Been a long time since I've seen that one. Yes, that's right, Tim. It is a good one as well. The next one comes in 1996, and it's one that I haven't seen. It says here it's a comedy about love, laughter, and larceny. I can honestly say I haven't seen this one. This is like one of the only ones I haven't seen, just because I'm not a big Dennis Leary fan. And that is Two If by Sea. Roz has pretty much had enough of her thieving boyfriend Frank, but he persuades her to accompany him on a road trip to a quaint New England village, where incidentally he'll be fencing a painting he recently acquired. The working class lovers try to sort out their relationship while mixing the beach-dwelling locos. Meanwhile, a federal agent O'Malley is on their tail, seeking the priceless artwork and a couple of unknowingly possesses. So yeah, I've never seen this. It sounds like a great heist film, mixing it a little bit with Bonnie and Clyde. The Net is so The Net is my movie. Used to watch that all the time. Still true today with the emphasizing that everything you're doing on the web is being monitored. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, it makes you wonder sometimes, doesn't it, Mika? And Dimension Scott saying, hey, the movie hunter. Okay. The next one is a good drama starring Samuel L. Jackson, Kevin Spacey, Matthew McConaughey, along with Sandra, and that is A Time to Kill. Carly Haley is a heartbroken black father who avenges his daughter's brutal rape by shooting the bigoted man responsible for the crime. As they are on their way to trial, he turns to Jake Bridgens, the untested lawyer, to defend him. Bridgens struggles to believe that he can get Haley acquitted in a small, segregated southern town, given Haley's race and the deliberate nature of his crimes. But Carl has an unshakable faith in him. Such a good movie. If you haven't seen Time to Kill, I recommend doing it. Yeah, Hunter, that's right. Who says Julia Roberts is America's only sweetheart? Sandra Bullock is truly America's sweetheart. And this is like I said, Hunter, this is a complete filmography. It does not include her TV show Working Girl that she was on before her career even started. Yeah. Time to Kill is a very good movie. It is. Time to Kill is a powerful film. It is. Not many people, Mika, like you said, it's a powerful film. Not many people talk about how powerful that is. Think about it as like a modern day telling of almost To Kill a Mockingbird, of how powerful that can be. Our next one is from 1996, and that's one with Chris O'Donnell. Yes, that's right. Sandra Bullock and Robin were in a film together. And that is In Love and War, right there. In 1918, 18-year-old Ernest Hemingway, played by Chris O'Donnell, signs up for the service in World War I after a bomb goes off on the front line, failing his leg with shrapnel. Hemingway is transported to hospital, where he begs Dr. Domenico Caracoli, I probably butchered the name, I'm sorry, not to amputate. Under the care of 26-year-old Austrian nurse Angie von Kowalski, Hemingway slowly recovers. The two begin an affair, but Angie is torn between the immature young man and the more stable Caracolo. Yeah, so. Hello, Jared Runner. The next one is one of her only films. I said one of the only ones because she has another one in here. That is actually has a sequel to it. Everyone smash that like button. That's right. Smash that thumbs up like button, guys. Thank you. We currently have 8 in here right now. Thanks for watching, everyone here. Hey, Jared Runner. I have to add this one to my watch list. Haven't seen this one. Yeah, many people haven't seen Love and War. It's such a good war film. All right, this next one is 1997, and it's the first sequel she's ever done. Speed 2, Cruise Control. As you can see, it's right here with Jason Patric on a boat. Annie is looking forward to a Caribbean cruise with her cop boyfriend Alex, who purchased the tickets to make up for lying about working on the SWAT team. Their trip turns dangerous, however, when an explosion disables the ship's communication system and becomes clear that the vessel is under someone else's control. Alex and Annie must fight or survive as they discover that John Geiger, the crazed passenger, is behind the chaos. And Geiger is played by William Dafoe. So despite how bad Speed 2 is, I mean, you have a decent cast with Sandra Bullock, William Dafoe, and Jason Patric in there. I'm not a huge fan of Jason Patric, but it's a decent cast, guys. So check that out. Let's see. D-Ray's in the building. And it's okay, man. If you're late, thanks for showing up anyways, man. Runner is saying hi to everyone. And going back and forth saying hi. All right, our next one is a 1998 romantic comedy. I'm just going to put my mouse right here so I don't lose it one more time. This one I also have on VHS. This one is with Harry Connick Jr. It's Hope Floats. I don't really care for current artwork because a lot of current artwork like this doesn't look as good as like the old VHS stuff or old DVD stuff. See, I like these two a lot better. Yeah. There we go. So you guys can see them a little easier. Bertie Pruitt has been humiliated on live television by her best friend, Connie, who has been sleeping with Bertie's husband, Bill. Sounds like a Jerry Springer show. Bertie tries to starting over with her daughter, Bernice, by returning to her small Texas hometown, but she's faced with pretty old acquaintances who are thrilled to see Bertie unhappy, except for her friend, Justin, played by Harry Connick Jr. As she helps Bertie get back on her feet, love begins to blossom. Yes. This is also such a good movie. Kind of underrated because a lot of people don't really talk about Hope Floats very much. So the next one is one that kind of goes out of her normal routine of stuff. Let's see. Speed 2 is definitely done compared to the first installment, but Sandra makes the film. That is true, she does. See here. Hey, 4K D-Ray saying hi to everyone. D-Ray the creator. Hey, D-Ray. Yeah, D-Ray, thanks for showing up, man. Hope Floats is another good one. Such a good one. I love the chemistry between Sandra and Harry. I know that is right, Mika. The chemistry between them is actually unmatched. I think she only had chemistry that well with I would have to say Ryan Reynolds in Proposal, second to Harry Connick Jr. in this one. However, this next one is one that Gina Rollins was great in Hope Floats as well. Yeah, she was. This next Sandra Bullock film is one that kind of goes out of her comfort zone. No, it's not a superhero movie. It is practical magic with Nicole Kidman. Sally and Gillian Owens, born into a magical family, have mostly avoided witchcraft themselves, But when Jillian's vicious boyfriend, Jimmy Angelov, dies unexpectedly, the Owens sisters give themselves a crash course in hard magic. With policeman Gary Hallett growing suspicious, the girls struggle to resurrect Angelov and unwillingly inject his corpse with an evil spirit that threatens to end their family's line. See? Something that's out of the blue for her. She's normally known for some dramas, romantic comedies, but something like this is out of the line for her. And just to see that she almost covers every single genre in her filmography, which is amazing. Because you're saying, oh, she hasn't done animated. Not until 1998, where shortly after Practical Magic, The Prince of Egypt came out. See right there? In this animated retelling of the Book of Exodus, Egyptian Prince Moses, played by Val Kilmer, upon discovering his roots as a Jewish slave, embarks on a quest to free his people from bondage. When his plea is denied by his brothers Ramses, a new pharaoh, a series of horrific plagues strike Egypt. Moses finally leads the Israelites to freedom by parting the Red Sea and drowning the Egyptian army. God then gives Moses the Ten Commandments, a list of rules for his people to live by. Which is funny that I'm doing this, and I just did a Ten Commandments live stream. If you guys haven't checked that out, that's on my channel. That's right here on this channel. And if you guys haven't checked out my review on that movie, check it out. So, up to this point right now, what are some of your guys' favorite ones that I've covered thus far? Cinema Singer says she loves Practical Magic. She watches several times a year. It is very, very well done. Mika says she watches this one every Halloween. Such a fan of the book Practical Magic by Alice Hoffman, so I have a soft spot for the film. I honestly did not know it was a book. I honestly did not know, Mika. Thank you for teaching me something tonight. This next one, from 1999, is not one I'm particularly fond of, but I kind of like it. It's with Ben Affleck. It's called Forces of Nature. Yeah, right there's Forces of Nature. All Ben Holmes wants to do is make it from New York to Savannah, Georgia in time for his wedding. When a seagull and a hurricane ruin any chances he has of flying there, Holmes reluctantly joins the quirky Sarah Lewis in a rental car for a road trip back to his waiting bride-to-be, Bridget Cahill. But nature seems to conspire against him every attempt at a timely return. And in the meantime, he finds himself growing closer and closer to Sarah. So, I mean, Forces of Nature weathers against Ben Affleck in this movie, and he ends up falling for Sandra Bullock on a road trip. It's kind of quirky, kind of weird, but it's, like I said, it's another great one. Thanks, everyone, for showing up. We have 10 people tonight. Woot, woot. Okay, that was the same comment there. Oh, we got a couple new ones. The Ned Speed Practical Magic Outfits are some of my favorites thus far. Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Southern Cinema. What's up, people? Oh, Culture Trees in the house, people. Thanks for watching. And if you guys have any questions on what like Jerry asked what was my favorite Sandra Bullock film, I said that earlier. Let me know. Just write down a question. I'll answer it throughout this stream. This next one, it was written and directed by Eric Blankeny. It's about an undercover agent who relies on the support of an unstable therapy group while working on a sting operation. An undercover DEA agent almost gets killed. To continue his mission, he needs to attend group therapy. And it's Gunshot with Liam Neeson, Oliver Platt, and Sandra Bullock. Yeah. Think about it. Liam Neeson is an undercover agent on the support of an unstable therapy group while working on a sting operation, where Sandra Bullock is part of that group. It's hilarious. It's right there. There we go. It's gun shy. It's funny that Liam Neeson is gun shy, folks. Funny that Liam Neeson is gun shy in a movie. How many movies has he shot a gun in? Almost all of them. So this one, I saw a meme the other day with this movie. They had this movie 28 days later and 28 weeks later because they're like, oh, it makes a great trilogy. This one has nothing to do with those two movies. So this one is 28 Days. A hard-drinking New York journalist takes her reputation as the life of the soul of the party too far when she knocks over her sister's wedding cake and crashes the bridal limousine. When a court orders her to rehab for a month, she initially refuses, but eventually she begins to take her substance abuse seriously. Such a great movie about substance abuse and the cause it can have on families' lives, as well as your own individual lives as well. Such a good one. Let's see. We got another one. So far, my top Sandras are The Net, Time to Kill, Hope Floats, and Practical Magic. That is true. We're getting up to one of my favorites, and that is with Michael Caine, Benjamin Bratt, and Candice Bergen, and William Shatner in Miss Congeniality. When a terrorist threatens to bomb the Miss United States pageant, the FBI rushes to find a female agent to go undercover as a contestant. Unfortunately, Gracie Hart is the only female FBI agent who can look the part despite her complete lack of refinement and femininity. She prides herself in being just one of the boys and is horrified at the idea of becoming a girly girl. As you can see there, she's wearing the boot with the gun holster and trying to be a very girly girl. Seeing her become a girly girl when she's not one in this movie is hilarious. I love this movie so much. Like, I gotta say, this is one of the first ones that I not only bought, but even the synopsis in the back here. Listen to this. Legs wax, lip gloss, gun ready. FBI agent Gracie Hart is going undercover as a hopeful, eager woman to become the next Miss United States. But Gracie doesn't have a beauty pageant bone in her body. Yeah, that just screams hilarity right there for me. Let's see. 28 Days is such a great film on addiction. I use this one to show some of my clients when reviewing the topic of addiction. Like I said, it's a very powerful film that deals with addiction and how it causes people's lives to spiral out of control, and how it also causes their loved ones pain and anguish as well. Thanks for sharing that, Mika. Let's see. Right here. Speed, Blindside, Demolition Man, and Net are some of my faves. Those are some very good ones, man. Some very good ones. Let's see here. Miss Congeniality is such a fantastic movie and one of my faves. Also enjoyed the sequel. I'm getting there. It's coming. It's coming. All right. Miss Congeniality really showcased her comedic chops. Yes, it did. Especially the scene where she's walking. First time he doesn't falls flat on her face. She just gets right back up and shrugs it off. That's hilarious. That's funny. Like you said, Mika, it shows her comedy chops. Whereas most everything else after this seemed to either be in drama or in comedy. Yes, in drama and or comedy. So, which is funny. She also produced Miss Congeniality. And this next one, she was the executive producer on, which means she was the #1 producer on this. So this is her starting to get into the producing side of the business as well. Blu-ray King. Oh, snap, what's up? Yeah, that's right. Oh, snap. It's a snapper. But anyways, it's Murder by Numbers. The body of a young woman is found in a ditch in the woods of the small California coastal town of San Benito. A tenacious homicide detective, and her new partner uncover a trail of shrewdly concealed evidence that links two brilliant young men to a murder. Ryan Gosling is in this movie. This is 2002. Ryan Gosling is in this movie with Sandra. He's right there. There's Ryan right there. Right there's Ryan Gosling. Murder by Numbers. Such a fantastic drama piece right here. Oh, so good. The fact that she is believable in here as, like I said, what did she play? Homicide detective. She's so believable in this role. She looks the part of a detective, and yeah, perfect. The next one is one that I didn't really get into much when I first saw it, but upon a second, third, and fourth watch, it actually started growing on me. That is the Sunflower movie. I'm sorry, Divine Secrets of the Yaya Sisterhood. Cynthia Lee Walker is a famous New York playwright. Her new place is about to open, and she does an interview with Time Magazine and discusses her unhappy childhood. When her mother reads the interview, she is furious and cuts off all contact with Cynthia Lee. Her friend's mother, who formed a secret society, Yaya Sisterhood, when they were children, kidnapped Cynthia Lee from her apartment. Yes. So you see, this is a good one about family. Yeah. Yeah, it's about good Southern movie about mothers, daughters, and the never-ending story of good versus evil. Yes. So it's a good family-oriented story and a good story about good versus evil. Like I said, I didn't really care for it much, but on a second watch, it grew on me. It literally grew on me. Before you guys say, "Oh, look at the pile," yeah, I'm just placing them up there. I'll fix it later. Murder by Numbers is so underrated me. I really enjoy this one. Ryan Gosling is so good in this. And lo and behold, we didn't know at that time too. Ryan Gosling would go on to be this megastar as well. So, Yaya Sisterhood does not get the credit it deserves. It's such an underrated film. I suggest you guys go and try and figure that one out. See if you guys can find it somewhere and watch it. To saying Ryan Gosling was in Murder by Numbers has me really interested to check it out. Yeah, Tim, I know you're a huge Ryan Gosling fan, so check it out, Tim. I mean, find it. I mean, I found it at a thrift store, so it's out there. Divine Secrets, I love this one. Also based off a book, which is another favorite of mine. The cast is so epic as well, yeah. Yeah, I've actually known that this one was a book. Mika. So I See More by Numbers is on HBO Max. I'll have to check it out this week. See, Tim, that's what this stream is about. Letting you guys figure out movies that you guys know you're probably going to like or you probably haven't seen before. And you know how we said earlier with Hope Floats? Oh, we said earlier with Hope Floats and her chemistry with Harry Connick Jr. And I said Ryan Reynolds was a good one she had chemistry with. Another good one she had chemistry with, in my opinion, is Hugh Grant in 2 Weeks' Notice. Right there. Dedicated environmental lawyer Lucy Kelson goes to work for billionaire George Wade as part of a deal to preserve a community center. Indecisive and weak-willed George grows dependent on Lucy's guidance on everything from legal matters to clothing. Exasperated, Lucy gives notice and picks Harvard graduate June Carter as her replacement. As Lucy's time the firm nears the end, she grows jealous of June and has second thoughts about leaving George. Yes. This comedy is actually pretty funny. Here's some scenes from the back, especially the one that's iconic with her with the red nose. It's just a good one. Her and Hugh just work so well together. I'm going to watch a Bullet movie tonight. Which one should I watch? Which ones do you own, Jerry? And what are you in the mood for? Are you in the mood to laugh? Are you in the mood for a good action movie? Let me know. Or are you looking, because Jerry, I know you're married, are you looking for a good romantic comedy or romantic movie to watch with your wife? Let me know, Jerry. Which one are you looking for? Love 2 Weeks Notice. I'm a sucker for rom-coms, and that was one of the better ones in the early 2000s. It actually was, Tim. I can't deny that one with you either. It was actually a very, very well done rom-com in the early 2000s. Maybe Premonition? Okay. Jerry, watch The Vanishing. I agree. I agree with Hunter. Watch The Vanishing or watch Premonition or watch Such Great Chemistry to Return Her You a good romantic comedy. Yeah. Or you can watch a movie that has an exceptional all-star cast. Starring Sandra Bullock, Don Cheadle, Matt Dillon, Jennifer Esposito, William Fichtner, Brendan Fraser, Terrence Howard, Chris Ludacris Bridges, Thaddeus Newton, Ryan Felipe, Lawrence Tate, and Michael Pena. And that is Crash right there. Yeah, I bought it at $9.99 at Walmart at one point in time. Writer-director Paul Haggis interweaves several connected stories about race, class, family, and gender in Los Angeles after the aftermath of 9/11. Characters include a district attorney, his casually prejudiced prejudiced wife, played by Sandra Bullock, dating police detectives Graham and Rhea, a victimized Middle Eastern store owner, and a wealthy African American couple. Humiliated by a racist traffic cop, played by Matt Dillon. This is such a good and powerful film. It's a knockout. I mean, I'm literally going to give this four stars. It's such a great film. Who knew Brendan Fraser could be in a dramatic role like this? It's such a great film. Easily the strongest American film since Mystic River. I agree with that. And it's by the screenwriter and producer of $1 Million Baby. So if you enjoyed $1 Million Baby, Crash is for you. This has gotten a bunch of different releases out there throughout the years. I think it might even have a Criterion. If it does, I might have to get it for this collection. So let's see. Huck's here. Binbuster, dude, what's up? Love the concept of this video. Sandra is terrific. Thanks, Huck. And I know you're a huge fan too, buddy. Thanks for showing up, man. I'll be at your stream later tonight too. So let's see. Seen that movie, Hunter? Love it. Depends on your mood, like Ben said, Jerry. Crash is another powerful film focusing on how we deal with internal biases. So good. Listen to that passion on Crash. Yep. This next one is one that I have not seen. Honestly, I can only say a handful of times that I've only seen, that I have not seen a handful of these movies. This one stars Marissa Tomei, Campbell Scott, Oliver Platt, Matt Dillon, Kara Sedgwick, and Mr. Kara Sedgwick, or Kevin Bacon, in Loverboy. Sandra Bullock also stars in here. A quirky, overly possessive single woman, Kara Sedgwick, is taken back by her young son Paul's Dominic Scott's growing independent streak. After unsuccessfully trying to strengthen their bond by taking the boy on vacation, Emily returns home and enrolls him in school. Believing that Paul is slipping away from her, Emily becomes unhinged. Sandra Bullock plays Miss Harker in here, who helps out the boy and his mom out in here. So, yeah. I forgot that this was a Sandra Bullock film until I looked it up when I was trying to get the entire collection. I looked it up. I'm like, ooh, Loverboy, and I wanted to make sure it was this one. I'm like, yeah, Marissa Tomei, Campbell Scott, Matt Dillon, Kevin Bacon, and Mrs. Kevin Bacon of Kara Sedgwick. Yeah. So good. It's such a great and powerful movie. This one is as well, too. So let's see what else we're saying. Let's see what else. Crash was so good, Mika. Yeah, you're right, 4K. It's such a good movie. Yes, it's so good. Like I said, Sandra Bullock only has done a handful of sequels. Two movies that have done sequels. We've covered Speed and Speed 2 already. This next one comes in 2005 and is the sequel to Miss Congeniality, and that is Miss Congeniality 2, Armed and Fabulous. Gracie Hart is back and was never thrilled to go undercover as a competitor beauty pageant. Now Gracie works for the FBI. She got a promotion since the last movie, is dealing with some very public attention thanks to her waltz down the runway. Her overnight celebrity does not impress her new partner, Sam Fuller, played by Regina King. But the pair has to put aside their differences when one of Gracie's former beauty queen pals, Cheryl Fraser, turns up missing, and the FBI is put on the case. I love how they kind of continue the first one and this one, instead of just making a completely different movie. I kind of like that. It kind of makes it the sequel, a conclusive story, and rather than just, oh, it's Gracie Hart going on another undercover adventure. Because sometimes they do that with sequels. Just make it that way, but this one is actually pretty fun. And just as fun as the original, and her and Regina Hill are great comic foils together in this one. That's another good one right there. Let's go back to the chat for a little bit and see what we have here. Right here. Here is a good one. If Sandra did a Marvel DC film, which character do you think she would be great and awesome and at an awesome stream source? Thanks, Physical Mediac. Ooh, that's a tough one. If she does a Marvel DC film, Marvel, she would be a great Madame Web. Her range of characters she's played in here, that would be a great movie for her, a great role to play. Unfortunately, she's not playing that. In DC, that's a tough one. Oh, maybe Poison Ivy? Yeah, maybe Poison Ivy. Or if you'd made it where Batgirl was much older than a teenager or an early college age student, maybe Batgirl. Yeah, maybe Batgirl. Let's see. Crash gets lost in the sauce. Yeah. Yeah, it kind of gets lost in the shuffle a lot too, Jagoda. I agree with you on that. Let's see. I forgot she was in this one. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what in Crash, Mika, or was that for Crash or was that for Loverboy? Sandra would have been in Eternal. I don't know about that, Jacoda. I don't know. Like I said, Madame Web, in my opinion, would be the ideal role for her. Great tagline on that movie. May have to steal that for a future trivia show. That is, yeah, yeah. Here's one by Southern Cinema. Binbuster. Crash is not a criterion, but there's another movie with that same name. Well, that's David Cronenberg. From okay, that's what I thought. I wasn't completely 100% sure, but it should be on one of those Criterion, Kino Lorber type of things for that. And Mika, I think you for Loverboy, yes. Okay, I didn't know she was in that one until I did this one, until I started watching these movies, until I watched it myself. So this next one holds a place near and dear to my heart just because it takes place right here in Chicago. For those of you that know, I live right outside of Chicago, so this one takes place in Chicago. It's a fantasy romance about a relationship that forms between an architect and the doctor who lived in his new lakeside house 2 years previously. Only able to communicate by passing letters into the house's mailbox, the pair begins to fall for each other. But will they ever be together? Hollywood remake of the acclaimed South Korean film Soiree. Yes, The Lake House with Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock. They're back after Speed together again. And again, Keanu and her have some good chemistry together as well, especially in this film. Okay, let's see. Fire. Yeah. This next one stars Toby Jones, Daniel Craig, and Sandra Bullock in Kansas with childhood friend Harper Lee. Our author Truman Capote developed an intense and complex relationship with a convicted killer, Perry Smith, while researching what would be become his greatest works, In Cold Blood. Yeah, that's right. A movie about Harper Lee, Truman Capote, and Perry Smith. Great historical fiction film right here. I enjoyed. Toby Jones is fantastic. You guys might remember him from as Arnim Zola for those younger watching this stream from Captain America. Yeah. So it's superb. It's a superb dramatic film. I enjoy it. It's a very good one. See right there, Daniel Craig hiding behind my finger. Daniel Craig in one of his earlier films. Watch it if you haven't yet. It's a good one. Is there a Blu-ray for the Lake House? I have the DVD. That I don't know, Southern Cinema. I haven't seen one here in the States. It might be one overseas, but I really don't know if there is one. I've not seen it. If there is, I just haven't come across it. Just taking some water. This next one, like I said, she covers a whole bunch of different genres in her career. The one I have here is, some could call it a horror movie, some could call it a thriller. I kind of call it Final Destination meets Groundhog's Day. Best way to describe this movie, and that is Premonition. And yes, this does have a Blu-ray release for those people who want that. Linda Hansen has the idyllic life until one day she receives word that her husband has died in an auto accident. However, when Linda wakes up the next morning and finds Jim beside her, she assumes she has had an unusually vivid dream. Soon she finds out that what she experienced was not a dream, and she must battle time and destiny to save her family. When I first saw this movie, I wasn't sure what to make of it. I mean, it's a psychological thriller, almost borderline horror movie type of thing. And she writes on the calendar, day Jim dies. So she's trying to relive this moment to try and save her husband, so her family, and to ultimately save her family at the same time. Such a gripping movie. I enjoyed it. And because shortly thereafter, that movie, she gets one of my personal favorite comedies. Let's see. Oh, we already did that one. One of my personal favorite comedies. This one's with Ryan Reynolds and also has Betty White and the coach, Craig Nelson, in it. And Mary Steenburgen. And that is The Proposal. Faced with a deportation to her native Canada, high-powered book editor Margaret Tate. It's funny because she plays almost the same type of character in The Lost City. She says she's engaged to marry Andrew Paxton, played by Ryan Reynolds. Her helpless assistant, Andrew, agrees to the charade, but imposes a few conditions of his own, including flying to Alaska to meet his eccentric family. With a suspicious immigration official always lurking nearby, Margaret and Andrew must stick to their wedding plan, despite numerous mishaps. This is a funny one. 2009, right before the turn of the decade for 2010. Yeah. Sandra's proving how funny she is. And Ryan Reynolds, honestly, in a movie not playing Ryan Reynolds. Mm-hmm. And Betty White in this movie is hilarious when she puts on her old wedding gown on Sandra. She's like, it fits perfectly. And she tests it out and she goes, oops, that part right there is too big, talking about the chest area. And she goes, well, we have to fix that. And she goes, oh, I don't have to worry about that. That was kind of a funny part. Betty White kind of makes her, she kind of steals the show in her scenes in this movie. So if you're a Betty White fan, pick up that movie. Let's see. Here we go. I'm a fan of psycho thrillers. Yes. Let's see, next one. I love that movie, The Proposal. It's a good one. Yes, here it comes. Bam! Yes, that's right, Huck. The Proposal is such a fun time. I just laughed so much with that one. Some comedy gold, I'd say, especially with the incomparable Betty White. That is true. I agree with that. Betty White in this movie steals, like I said, steals every scene she's in. It's amazing. The Proposal is so dang good. It is. And then she does, in 2009, as well, a movie from the producer of Miss Congeniality, which pretty much is her. It's Sandra Bullock, Thomas Haden Church, and Bradley Cooper with Ken Jeong in All About Steve. After a lovely blind date, crossword puzzle creator Mary Horowitz falls head over heels in love with Steve, a news cameraman. Mary is convinced that she and Steve are soulmates, and with the encouragement of a reporter, follows Steve around the country in a bid to win his love. Along the way, she befriends an assortment of misfits who accept her for who she is, leading her to reassess her reasons for this strange journey. Yeah, like I honestly said, there's like a full. This is one of the ones I haven't seen, but with with this cast, I know it's gonna be a good time, so I'm all happy for that. That one. And here it is, the one I know she won an Academy Award for, because this is based on the true story of Michael Orr. For those of you who are football fans, Michael Orr was a football player who was having a hard time in school. I will explain it to you here in a little bit. It is The Blind Side. Michael Orr, a homeless black teen, has drifted in and out of the school system for years. Then Leanne Toohey and her husband Sean take him in. The Tuohys eventually become Michael's legal guardians, transforming both his life and theirs. Michael's tremendous size and protective instincts make him a formidable force on the gridiron, or playing football. Mm-hmm. And with the help of his new family and his devoted tutor, he realizes his potential as a student and a football player. Such a great, powerful film. Why is it that most football movies or more sports movies are very powerful in nature? It's, I had to give All About Steve a rewatch. The Blind Side. It is a great movie. Doesn't get the love it deserves as a football film, and has a good heartfelt journey film as well. This one was a Best Picture Award, Academy Award nominee for 2011. There's one for you guys. If you guys know what this movie is, Oscar, who lost his father in a 9/11 attack on the World Trade Center, is convinced that his dad left a final message for him somewhere in the city. Upon finding a mysterious key in his father's closet, Oscar sets out in search of the lock it fits. Feeling disconnected from his grieving mother and driven by a tirelessly active mind, Oscar has a journey of discovery that takes him beyond his loss and leads to a greater understanding of the world. This is such a powerful movie about losing a loved one and how we all deal with those emotions and those feelings in a completely different way. Such a great, powerful film. Great movie. I'd say it was a great film. So the next one is probably one of my ones that I kind of don't like very much of Sandy's. It's because of one reason and one reason only. That reason is because of the co-star she has in it. I'm not a huge Melissa McCarthy fan, but this movie is hilarious. Despite Melissa McCarthy in it, The Heat. The Heat. FBI agent Sarah Ashburn is a methodical investigator with a long-standing reputation for excellence and arrogance. In contrast, foul-mouthed, hot-tempered detective Shannon Mullins goes with her gut instincts and street smarts to remove criminals from the streets of Boston. Sparks fly when the polar opposites have to work together to capture a drug lord, but in the process they become the last thing anyone expected: buddies. Like I said, I'm not a big Melissa McCarthy fan. I love Bridesmaids with her, but because of the entire cast in here, I like this movie because of Sandra Bullock is in it. Yeah, I would not watch it any other way. Melissa McCarthy, I don't really find her that funny at all. The Heat is hilarious, yes. Yes, it is. Best movie of the year. George Clooney, Sandra Bullock, in Gravity. Dr. Ryan Stone is a medical engineer on a first shuttle mission. Her commander is a veteran astronaut, Matt Kowalski, helming his last flight before retirement. Then, during a routine spacewalk, the pair disaster strikes. The shuttle is destroyed, leaving Ryan and Matt surrounded in deep space with no link to Earth and no hope to rescue. As fear turns to panic, they realize that the only way home may be to venture further into space. I love this film just because I know I'm not an astronaut, but being lost somewhere that you don't know is a real fear to a lot of people. And I kind of have one of those fears myself at times. Like, I couldn't imagine being in space and then the space shuttle blowing up like that and the shuttle's destroyed and not being able to get home. I would be a nervous wreck with that. Honestly, I would. What is... The Heat was so funny. It was, like I said, but I didn't care for Melissa McCarthy at all in there. This next one is a documentary film she was in. I'm just going to take out the one here because it came in a 2-pack. This one is based off of a book by Ambassador Yehuda Avner, and that's Prime Minister's The Pioneers. You'd be like, what is she doing in this film? I'll explain it here in a moment. Yehuda Avner, aide, note taker, and speechwriter for 5 prime ministers, 4 of them are right there, reveals new details on the Six-Day War, the development of Israel's relationships with the United States, and the fight against terrorism at the aftermath of the Yom Kippur War. The reason Sandra Bullock is in this film is she's reading the parts of this journal of Golda Meir, a former prime minister of Israel. It's out of the box for her because it's a very awesome documentary on that. We also have here Christoph Waltz, Michael Douglas Leonard, and Leonard Nimoy in here. So great cast doing a documentary. The Prime Ministers of the Pioneers. And unfortunately, the only way you can get this one, if anyone's interested, is in this box set right here. It's Prime Ministers of the Pioneers and Prime Ministers, Soldiers, and Peacemakers. And right there's the other one. So, but this is by Mariah. This is by Mariah Pictures. It's from the Simon Wiesenthal Center of Mariah Films Collection. So it's from a Jewish museum. So yeah, it's a documentary. I love documentaries, and that's a good thing. The next one is one that needs no introduction, guys and gals. Let's see. Gravity, what a great performance. Gravity, another good one. That imagery on this film is stunning. Sandra's performance was stellar. It was. This one is out of the box. This one, all I gotta say, banana, 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 banana. Yeah. It's Minions. Evolving from single-celled yellow organisms at the dawn of time, Minions live to serve, but find themselves working for a continuous series of unsuccessful masters, from T-Rex to Napoleon. Without the master to grovel for, the Minions fall into a deep depression, but one Minion, Kevin, has a plan. Accompanied by his pals Stuart and Bob, Kevin sets forth on an adventure to find an evil boss for his brethren to follow. Their search leads to Scarlet Overkill, the world's first ever super villainess. That's right. Sandra Bullock plays the first ever super villainess. So she doesn't need to be in no Marvel or DC movies. She's already a super villain in Minions. Yes. Right there you go. Let's see. Okay. The next one is from the Academy Award-winning producers of Argo, starring Anthony Mackie, Billy Bob Thornton, and Sandra Bullock, with the tagline of "May the best campaign win." And that, my friends, is our brand of crisis. We're almost done here. Failing badly in the polls, a Bolivian presidential candidate enlists the services of an American management team for help. The main star is Calamity Jane Bowden, a brilliant strategist who comes out of a self-imposed retirement for a chance to beat her professional nemesis, the loathsome Pat Candy. With Candy working for the opposition, it becomes a down and dirty, all-out battle between political and consultants, where nothing is sacred, and winning is all that matters. So you guys see, our brand is Crisis. She plays a political machine. She's a part of a political management machine set to get Billy Bob Thornton elected president again. So it's a good movie. It's kind of an out there, kind of a little zany movie, but it's also a very good one too. Let's see. Gotta love Minions. Yes, that's right. Stellar, I see what you did there. Yeah. Gravity 4K would be great with Dolby Vision, of course. Yes, I know, D-Ray, you're a huge space fan. Yes, I agree with you on that one. Speaking of that, when you thought it was safe to go back to Las Vegas, when you thought Danny Ocean and his crew left the business for good, 5 years, 8 months, 12 days and counting. That's how long Debbie Ocean has been devising the biggest heist of her life. She knows what it's going to take. A team of the best people in the field, starting with her partner in crime, Lou Miller. Together, they recruit a crew of specialists, including jeweler Amita, street con Constance, a suburban mom, Tammy, hacker Nineball, and fashion designer Rose. They're targeting a necklace that's worth more than $150 million. That's right, the final sequel in the Ocean's quadrilogy. Ocean's 8. I know what you guys are saying. A lot of times when they do an all-female cast of a predominantly male movie, it's not that good. I'm looking at you, Ghostbusters 2016. But this one actually is awesome because Sandra Bullock plays the sister of Danny Ocean. She's the sister of George Clooney in this one, so it's kind of a continuation of, what is the Ocean family up to? Yeah, it's funny, it's hilarity, and the twists in this movie are top-notch. So if you haven't seen Ocean's 8, pick it up, give it a watch. You're going to like it. Let's see. Gotta love Minions. Yes. Ocean's 8. Yeah. Great cast again with Ocean's 8. I was here for it. The women did their thing. Yeah, you're talking. It's Sandra Bullock, Kate Blanchett, Anne Hathaway, Maddie Kaling, Sarah Paulson, Aquafina with Rihanna, and Helena Bonham Carter. Yes, it was very well done and very awesome. Well, I have two more left. These two are later fairs. These are 2018 and 2021, to be exact. The first one is about a mysterious force. When a mysterious force decimates the population, only one thing's certain. If you see it, you die. Know what it is? That's right. It's Bird Box. The survivors now must avoid coming face to face with that entity that takes the form of their worst fears. Searching for hope and a new beginning, a woman and her children embark on a dangerous journey through the woods and down a river to find the one place that may offer sanctuary. To make it, they have to cover their eyes from the evil that chases them and complete the trip blindfolded. You know what this reminds me of? A Quiet Place. To be more of a more modern movie, this reminds me of A Quiet Place. Instead of having to be quiet, you have to be blind, because if you see whatever it is, you will die. I'm not going to spoil what it is, but yeah. And it's a Netflix original movie. Yeah, there you go. Enjoyed this movie. It was really well done. Bird Box. Really love. Yeah, it was great content, Mika. And this last one. Ruth Slater, a woman released from prison after serving a sentence for a violent crime, and attempts to re-enter society. She must put her life back together again in a world that refuses to forgive her past. That's right. It is The Unforgivable. Another Netflix original movie, kind of like Bird Box. In which she was the producers. She was part of the producing team of these two movies. I honestly gotta say, I haven't watched this one yet. It's relatively new. It came out last year. I haven't seen it yet. I've heard mixed things about it. So once I give it a watch, I'll probably do a review on it on this channel. Once I give it a watch, I'll let everyone know how it is, so you guys can determine if you want to watch it yourselves. Yes, Cal. Thanks for showing up, man. See, nice, Unforgivable. Where is this? I have to check out those last two movies. This is a powerful performance from Sandra very well. That is right. This one was a very, very powerful performance by her. What up? Cal is saying, what's up to everyone? I enjoyed Ben. Would definitely recommend watching. Okay, thanks, Mika, for the recommendation for Unforgivable. And unfortunately, right now, that's come up to the last list of what's available on hers on physical media. She has, we all know The Lost City is out right now. If you haven't seen it, it's a very funny movie. I'm not a huge Channing Tatum fan, but he won me over in this movie a lot. So he's hilarious in here. She's hilarious. It shows her how great her comedy chops are. Danny Radcliffe in that movie is amazing as well too. I can't believe Loretta Sage, her character there is such a klutz at times, and such so high maintenance and everything in there. It's hilarious. Saying hi to everyone. And our last movie coming out this year is Bullet Train. It's in pre-production right now. Don't know. Well, post-production. Don't know really what it's about. I've seen concept art about a bullet train. It's literally a train, and like a murder happens on it. So it's like Murder on the Orient Express, but it seems to be more of almost like a Japanese bullet train type of thing. So it's a more modern day setting. Is the best way I can describe it. I'm looking forward to that movie as well, because it's Sandra. Obviously, I'm going to watch it. I just want to say, I believe, we're at the hour and 10. Yeah, we're at the hour and 10-minute mark, right where I want it to be. Just got to say thanks for everyone for watching. And let's put it this way. Whatever Sandra Bullock movie you have, whatever it is, whatever you love, there's a reason she's an America's sweetheart. And I'm sad to see her take some time off to be with her family. But sometimes being a mother is more important, or having a family life is more important than doing movies. Yes, we may miss her, seeing her on the screen, but her family gets to enjoy her a whole lot more. So that's always a good thing. So we'll just go through the comments one more time. Sandy has a great comedic job, so skeptical to see because, like you, not a big fan, Channing, but we'll give it a watch. Yeah. Yeah. Sandy is legend. Yes. Sandra is a legend, and I'm so sad to see her take a break. Yeah, Cal, she has a TV show. It's called Working Girl. She was also the executive producer of George Lopez, too. But Working Girl, I can't find anywhere on physical. It had one season. I will have to order it from overseas in order to get it in my collection, and I'm not willing to pay that price for it. So, great stream. Thanks, Mika, for coming. Glad you made it to my stream, and thank you that you really enjoy it. Thank you, Southern Cinema. Later. See you, Culture, Trini. Great stream, man. Thanks, Jagoda. And like I said, this is my stream for Sandra Bullock collection. I hope you guys had. Yeah, she was the executive producer for that. It was on 3 episodes as Accidental Amy. Yeah, Accidental Amy in this series. She was on 3 episodes of that. So, thanks, Hunter, for saying the awesome stream. So, right now, I just want to say goodbye. Thank you for everyone for watching. Thank you for everyone who will watch. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to my channel. I do movie collections videos. No, Cal, it's mine. I do movie collections videos like this. This is like my 3rd one that I have on my channel. I do movie reviews. I go out and buy thrift store movies and review them for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know I had a fun time doing this. I know the people watching on the Slack chat had a fun time interacting. So until next time, I'll see ya. Have a good one. Bye.